testing the forbidden fruit, in quotes, and now deciding that, I want to become a virgin.
One young girl at 23, flying, going here, visiting this country, that country, wearing clothes that I've not worn before, and I'm like, that is this life in a while.
Girl's life.
If we're going to look into that direction, then we're going to be talking about a whole lot like FOMO.
Fear of losing out.
Yeah, fear of losing out. A lot of people, because of the internet, they are caught in that web.
From the click of a button,
You get it done.
you get it done.
You
I
get
don't
it
think
done.
it's really sort of, would I say, laziness or something?
It's the Art Loud Podcast.
Good evening, everybody, and welcome to this episode of Out Loud. And like you know, it's always loud here. And like we always have it lit in the studio today. We have some wonderful guests. They've been here before. I mean, I have two of my friends who've been here before, and I have another friend who's today is the first time she is in the studio. But firstly, let me introduce the man by my left hand side, Lavish, a Bitcoin guru, the chairman, CEO, Boss FX.
I'm loyal. Nice to be here. I feel so great to be here. Yeah.
And still a guru in the crypto market.
Ladies and gentlemen, good evening. It's good to be here.
And I would let Lavish introduce our other guest.
Okay, so I'm going to do that gladly. Okay, so Machi is that very, very, very beautiful creative creator. You know what I mean? Machi is just that person you want to have in your team. Machi is a friend. She's a sister too, yeah. Except that I bully Machi a lot. Like seriously.
In the world right now, there's no space for bullying.
No bullying. But
I'm glad you said that.
There's no space for bullying. Hashtag for it. Say no to bullying. Say no to bullying. Well, it's nice to have everybody in the studio today.
Yeah.
And wonderful day it is. We're here to talk about something most of us overlook. As important as it is, it has its own adverse effect. And as much as we tend to look away from the adverse effect and focus more on the importance, I would today want us to just throw a little light or shed a little light on the adverse effect. But first, I'm going to start with Fidel. Fidel, I'm talking about the internet.
Oh.
Yeah, the internet. I remember it was 2001 when mobile phone came to Nigeria.
Yeah, 2001.
Just around that time.
Obasanjo's in time.
Yeah, Obasanjo's time, and
I remember.
it was like a thing of joy to all Nigerians.
Can you
Like,
believe it's almost 22 years?
almost 22 years,
Yeah,
and
amazing.
we can talk to your loved one, no longer that analog. You know that phone. When you live there, you're like, this way. So now your numbers, and now you can just punch a number and you're on. But later, a few years later, we start having these Android phones. I remember that my first Android was that Nokia that looks like egg.
Yes, 6300. 6300. I used to love
Yeah,
that
I
phone.
was slick there.
Very rugged as well.
Very rugged.
It's the one with the
Yeah.
snake sensor, right? Snake sensor game.
So that was when internet started coming. I was like downloading music and checking out stuff on the internet. But as that was unfolding, a different phase of life was actually unfolding alongside with it.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
as beautiful as internet is, I can tell you for sure it has taken some lives.
Of course it has.
And,
Of course it has.
Now, Fidel, the light I want to share on is the good and the bad side of internet, which outweighs each other. No, definitely, I know it's wonderful
Yeah.
that
Of course it
the
is.
world right now can cope with the internet. in the stone age.
Are you
where-
going to say that the world can't cope without internet? I don't think I agree. You know why?
Tell me.
You just said now that internet came to, not necessarily internet, but first of all, it started with the telecommunication industry, like there was sort of a revolution and stuff.
Okay.
And a couple of years down the line, I remember how it started. There was Nitel, right? I think for you to be able to make calls that time, you have to have a certain card, call card or something, where you go all the way to Nitel office to make calls. And then there, you know, people who could actually afford the connection all the way to their homes and all, right? Then, I think in 2000, I don't know the exact year, but a couple of years from 1990, 2000 to 2006 or so, we launched with Obasanjo as administration, right? They launched what they call Nigerian Sat1, and then there was Sat2. That was compared to the internet. So before then, what was happening? We're living our lives.
Yeah, we're living our lives.
We're happy.
We're living our lives and we're happy.
Yeah.
But the transition from we living our life then, where you would write them days, you know, when you want to toast a girl, not even email,
Yeah.
you have to write, you know, later, you know, on a piece of paper, and find a way to send it across to the girl.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
from till to now, where you just pick up your phone and say, "Let me slide into a DM,"
Yeah.
and see what's like, hey, what's up, you know. Now, yeah, then we never knew what it was, but now we know what it is, and not knowing what it was, and knowing what it is, and going back to what it was or what it used to be, it's a two different thing.
Of course it is.
Right?
Of course it is.
There are lots of technology that's built around the internet now. Like somehow now, if you want, if some countries want to send mixer to other countries, they don't need a pilot.
No.
All they do is sit in the office and use internet to direct whatever they're sending. And with all this technology around, and things have transcended from what it used to be to what it is now, you think the world can afford to go back?
Well, so if you put it like that,
The answer is no, right? Because it's like testing the forbidden fruit, in quotes, and now deciding that, oh, I want to become a virgin again. It doesn't work like that. So yeah. So but all in all, right? If you look at it critically, the internet has done more good than damage. And if you want to take that away, like say, oh, let's shut off the internet, because from history, from what I know, I stand to be corrected anyway. I think it was the Americans that came up with this whole internet something. So there was a time that some guys, an American or whoever, and in Nigeria, they were having some sort of an argument on Twitter. And the guy categorically said that, these guys, you guys are, I hear that you guys are Twitter bullies and all. This internet that Americans gave to you, they can literally turn it off and you don't have a voice anymore. Do you understand? So it means that as much as we're enjoying this and we are riding on the wave of internet and stuff, because like it or not, there is internet and then there is social media, but they are mutually inclusive. You can't take away the internet and then have the social media. It doesn't work like that. So I think the internet gave birth to all of those things. So, but if you shut it down, you take it away, it's going to be a lot of chaos, because it is literally interwoven with a lot of stuff for security, for convenience, education, medicals, a whole lot of things. So the world has evolved from where it used to be analog, now it's digital. So if you take away internet, trust me, a lot of cars will stop driving, planes will no longer fly. We'll go back to what they call dark age, because Gen Zs are not used to being without the internet. What are they gonna do for real? Yeah, I feel like now that the internet is here, of course it is here to stay. If you take it away from me, I don't think that a lot of people would, you see problem here and there. It's going to be catastrophic. Yeah.
Machi, what's your take?
I think that he has done actual good, but I also say that it depends on what you're using it for. Depends on what you're using it for. You know, it has been detrimental, especially to Gen Zs, because they just want to live the life they see on the internet. They want to do things they see on the internet. It's just bringing a lot of chaos in our world. You know, there's no peace and quiet anymore because everybody is just going haywire. So like Gen Zs are going haywire. I feel that, right, people who use internet have helped a lot of people to make money. So I made my first million when I was 22, and I wouldn't have been able to make that if there was no internet. Do I know? Now, who do I know that I want to sell real estate to? I don't have one to sell to, I don't have auntie, I don't have friends. But a stranger online that saw me putting out real estate, putting out houses, lands, and saw how I was going about it, said, oh, I like this girl and I want to patronize her. And he did. On the other hand, I know how many times I picked up my phone and seen one young girl at 23 flying, going here, visiting this country, that country, wearing clothes that I've not worn before, and I'm like, oh, I live this life in a while. How many houses will I sell if I start? So it has caused depression on one hand, it has even helped me on one hand. So we can't say that it has done more good than harm or more harm than good. It just depends on what are you using the internet for. Are you using it for good for yourself, or are you calculatively using it for good, or are you allowing it to use you? Are you allowing it to influence you, how you live, how you think, how you perceive things, who you like, you know? So it just depends on what we use it for, and I think that people should actually start using the internet for good more.
That's nice. That's Machi talking. Chairman, CEO, Boss FX. I'm not supposed to ask you the good about of internet because, come on, you're making money off internet. But what do you think about it?
Okay, so I think that the internet has actually come to really propound our lives. It has taken us from where we used to be to where things are now made easy. Like literally, people's lives have improved because of the
Excuse me. Talk about things made easy.
Yeah.
You don't think that's sort of a problem now? Because there are lots of things you kind of do in the analog way before now, and now from the click of a button
You get it done.
you get it done. I think it's bringing sort of would I say laziness or something?
Okay, so that's another side of the entire, subject matter. Do you understand? If we're going to look into that direction, then we're going to be talking about a whole lot like FOMO.
Fear of losing out.
Yeah, fear of losing out. A lot of people, because of the internet, they are caught in that web.
Yeah.
But we're not talking about that
Right,
yet.
right.
Yeah, and then of course you have decrease in communication skills amongst us.
Yeah.
We are more self-centered now because of the internet,
Yes.
and then we are less empathetic towards others.
Yeah.
You understand? And of course, it makes us narcissistic. This is what I'm always So that's there. I don't want to go that direction there yet. I'm just saying that the internet by itself has provided a very leveraged ground for growth.
Yes.
Personally, I have improved not just in other areas of my life, but of course financially.
Thanks to the internet.
Yeah, thanks to the internet.
Do you notice something? Before the internet, you and your guys go hang out. Like you guys would go out and when you're sitting on a table, you're drinking, you have Jeets around, you're talking, everything's going on smoothly. But nowadays, you see guys hang out, everybody's at a drink, everybody's on the phone like.
Oh, literally, it's so boring. It's so boring now to hang out.
Man.
Except your friends actually. There's a rule. Now I like boundaries. I feel like when there's internet, social media, there's some boundaries.
I have a friend. If you're hanging out with him and you're using your phone, he tells me to throw it inside the water.
Exactly. Please,
Yeah, because what's the point?
Throw it inside
What's the
the
point?
What's the point hanging out
Yeah.
with him?
I feel like friends should have not even rules now, because
Yeah,
rules
just
might look like
culture.
almost there.
Culture is
Like the constitution
Yeah.
Do you understand? Where somebody sits somewhere and they observe, if you pick up your phone, they hit the hammer, bang. This is your fine. You know what I mean?
It's your fine, yeah.
These are things that we see every day that a lot of people are not even talking about it. You know, because most of the time when you say, okay, let's hang out, people already have a mental pictures. Okay, we're gonna sit down, drink, and probably catch up. So the catching up is not gonna happen whilst you're on the phone.
Yeah.
You know, pressing your phone the entire time, and then you take a girl out on a date, and the first thing they do, they're doing like this.
I mean,
They bring their order, like the meal they ordered, and then they're snapping before. Do you understand? And then when you're asking questions to, oh, let's get to know you and all of those things, the kind of responses you get are usually very short because they're distracted on their phone. They're more interested in sharing what they're doing now, the fake lifestyle, putting it out there for people to see and stuff. So I feel like there should be rules around these things, you know? Because whatever it is that, as far as it goes, internet is not really being regulated. And I think that's where the problem comes. You know, it's not being regulated. Of course, there are countries where you are not allowed to do certain things. Of course, is it South or North Korea?
it should be.
You are not allowed to use internet.
You're not
Not,
allowed to use yeah.
not like
That's
you,
for
not
me.
like regulation. You
There's
are
no
not
regulation
allowed
around this.
to
It's-
use internet.
It's a no-go. You're not even allowed
In
to
this
be on the
21st
computer.
century world.
Yes. Have you heard of Kim Jong-un?
That president that killed people, right?
I don't know.
I don't know. I mean, I don't
Because
know.
I only heard that he does some stuff, but
Yeah.
I know there are some things in North Korea that, like, you are not allowed to watch foreign movies.
Yeah.
Some crazy things. But
Pornography is
yes, this internet
no.
is a no-no.
Yeah.
You know, so coming back to Lavish, I was talking with somebody someday and still on this internet thing, and I was like, aside from the fact that friends hang out these days and they talk to each other, you even see in a club where the music is banging, and you still see a dude like this on the phone. Now, communications, like you said,
Yeah.
is dwindling. Like,
But it's making us see the internet is bringing us together but taking us far apart.
Unconsciously.
Yeah, unconsciously. So people are together but they are not there together. As a matter of fact, the more together we come physically, the further we are.
To drift.
Yeah, because we are all in our phones and buried in our phone. Did you know that whilst he was talking, I was busy trying to want to keep up with notifications on my phone and then be active here simultaneously. Then I caught myself in that web and I'm like, oh yo, we're talking about the same problem here. And then you are there pressing your phone and I had to just hibernate the phone. But the truth is, the internet is doing us a lot of good, but it is also, see, like cyber attacks are becoming more prevalent
Yeah.
into this
Cyberbullies.
world.
Yeah.
Do you understand? I'm even talking about the attacks. You find a lot of people changing their passwords like 5-6 times in a week because people are updating their cyber attack, whatever.
Yeah.
Do you understand?
Yeah.
I don't want to give them name now, but what they are popularly known as the Yahoo Boys. I'm not referring to them as the Yahoo
Yeah.
Boys. And there are a whole lot. So cyber attacks are, the more you think you know the internet, the more another guy
It's
is
trying to upgrade.
but
Do
brother,
you understand?
let me not say this is crazy though.
Yeah.
This is crazy. Why is it crazy? A company creates a computer and creates what's it called? A security for the computer,
Okay.
like a security to an antivirus, and then goes along to create a virus that is much more active than the antivirus. So what's the essence of doing
Same
this?
company.
Yeah, what's the essence of doing it? So now you're talking about the so-called Yahoo Boys updating whatever they're using for cyber attack.
Yeah.
But yes, the internet propels the transmission, but in that aspect, it's actually not the internet, but the company that creates these softwares.
No,
Right.
no, let me say something. So you see, there's what they call the Internet of Things, alright? The Internet of Things you would have elements or features or parts of the Internet of Things as what we call the dark web. It is the internet. You don't find them outside the internet. As a matter of fact, as much as we all know, the dark web is Web3. That's the internet, right? www.web3. That's the internet. So on the dark web, like you know, there are things that are done in the dark web that you can easily just comfortably say that's really the end time, because they sell human parts in the dark web. You're not aware? You don't know? Okay, so check it out, look it up. They said the human parts you find. That's not to say that I'm on the dark web. Do you understand? But I'm saying that I've read. I see it on the internet, same internet. Yeah. So the internet has introduced the white side, or the beautiful side, the bright side, but it also came along with the dark side.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. That's
Yeah.
It's the Outloud Podcast.